Hello and welcome. What's going on, guys? It's been a minute. I haven't really posted in a little while. I'm currently playing through Metal Gear Solid 2, so I'll have a review on that at some point, share my thoughts, and yeah, get my opinion on that. But I kind of wanted to jump on here and basically talk about my current feeling about PlayStation because I have a long history with PlayStation. I'm a big PlayStation guy. I would consider myself as a PlayStation guy, right? I grew up. First console was a Nintendo 64. Went to PlayStation 2. I loved PS2. I got a PS3. I also got a 360. Got a PS4. Got a PS5. And majority of my collection and the majority of the time I play video games is on a PlayStation. And I love PlayStation. And I think people are starting to realize it now because I think for the man better half of 15 years at this point, and especially the last five or so, we've been really focusing on the downfall of Xbox, and that's something that has fallen insane. I mean, they had the world, in its hands after the Xbox 360, and it's been really bad since about 2012, 2013 for them. But when it comes to PlayStation, they took that PlayStation think about PlayStation 2, incredible exclusives, and then you go PS3. Although I think they lost that console generation to the 360 because of how great it was, but I mean, the exclusive games that console had, and what they were putting out, and the quality they were putting out, all their first party studios were putting out amazing content, and and then you can see it with the PlayStation 4 as well. They put out great games, a lot of games, and then we haven't heard of anything. I mean, outside of PlayStation producing God of War and Spider-Man and the Ghost series, I mean, where are we? Seriously, where are we with these dramatic price increases? I mean, if you want to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro right now, you're spending almost $1,000, probably about $1,000 after tax. That's insane. The the PlayStation 5 that I bought 5.5 years ago has increased $150. Base PS5. I bought it at $499. It is now $649. That's the world we live in. And also within this world, we haven't got anything from this console generation. We went from a PlayStation company that was making great games, taking big risks, but big risks in a good way, right? Like we had Resistance. I mean, man, where is Resistance? Okay, maybe I'm just an old head talking, but where is Resistance? Where is Killzone? I mean, where Infamous? Where's Infamous? And I understand the idea of like, oh, they're all like, Sucker Punch and Gorilla, and Insomniac. They're all making other games. Like, don't expect them to make this in between Spider-Man games or Horizon games. Okay, I understand that, but then again, you're just letting all this IP just die, just being absolutely used for nothing. Like, how about you just take a studio like Bluepoint that you just closed? Why'd you close them? How about you? How about you put them to make a Killzone game? How about you basically be like, hey, we have all these legacy uh, franchises that we're doing nothing with, leaving dormant. How about we give Bluepoint like, hey, make a Killzone game, then after that, make a Resistance game, and then after that, you know, make an Infamous game, and then just keep cycling that every 3 or 4 years. Oh my God, you know how much money you'd make? You know how many people I talk to that are dying for another Infamous game, that are dying for a Killzone game. Man, people miss these games, and the problem with PlayStation right now is that we don't see any of this. And I understand that I believe his name's Tom Ryan, right? The head of PlayStation that is now gone, had all these companies making, or all these studios making, live service games and all this crap. Yeah, I get it. I understand it. Sure, but like you don't. You're making a God of War, game, multiplayer game, and then you have Naughty Dog making Last of Us Factions for 8 years, and then you just shut it down. Why is a multiplayer game costing 8 years to develop? I don't understand it. Like you should be able to take what already pre-exists. Like what happened in the world of why is reusing assets a bad thing? Right? Like people like look at that term as like, oh, well, they just reused assets from the first game to the second game. Like, yeah, because it's the same game. It's the same series. Why wouldn't you just flip an asset and then make a game and put out two or three of the same games in the same series within a 5 or 6 year span? Why are you redoing assets? Completely. Oh, I know we have this rock asset, but let's remake it. Come on, guys. What are we talking about? That's an crazy thing to do. If you have Last of Us Factions you've been working on, just take the fucking gameplay of Last of Us 2 and then make it a multiplayer component. You guys, I don't understand where this is going. If something doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Period. Make the games that people want to play. And going forward, guys, with these price increases, I think the lack of understanding of what the people want, like me, right here, I am the people that has been playing PlayStation for 25 years of my life, and I don't at this point I might sound a little mad because I am a little mad. All right, um, that's where I'm at. Like I'm honestly upset. I'm a little upset about PlayStation. The current state of PlayStation, I don't think has a good outlook. And I mean, for example, I played Horizon Zero Dawn. I liked it. Didn't love it. I didn't play Forbidden West, and I'm definitely not playing that multiplayer game. I did not play the Lego game. It doesn't appeal to me. Straight up, just doesn't appeal to me. It's not my kind of game. I had fun with the first one. Never caught me. And and then we have games like what is it? I don't even know this name. Game of the new Naughty Dog game, Heretic Prophet or something, whatever that is. What is that? What is this? I don't know. If you guys are testing in focus groups, I'm wildly excited to see what they say because I don't think any of these games look fun or interesting. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima and Yote, great games, fun games. Like that was fun. Sucker Punch, great job. But I am wildly confused that Naughty Dog hasn't produced a game since 2020 and 6 years on, and you release this trailer that from like a year and a half ago that just makes me scratch my head, being like, I don't understand what you guys are going for here. And in the simple fact of the matter, where it's like, we wait so long for games, and the studios that we love are just not creating the games that I think we want. Is oh, I waited like 5 years to see this game finally get announced, and it is not what I hoped for. And I understand, like, oh, don't let your expectations run wild. Well, dude, it's Naughty Dog, it's Sucker Punch, it's Gorilla. I've been a fan of Killzone since the first Killzone. Like, I want Gorilla Games to make a Killzone game. Sorry, that's where I'm at. And as much as I want Sucker Punch to go and make another Infamous, dude, like, I want someone to make an Infamous game. It's like the same thing. I feel like I'm in this cycle where like I want a Bioshock. Bioshock's 4 is being made. Dude, it's been 13 years. If it's not working, just move on or just make the fun game. Make the game. I understand production costs are crazy. I don't think they need to be. I understand making games is very hard, but time after time after time after time, have we seen indie developers rise to the standard of a AAA studio and a AAA game and then outperform everything that is like, yeah, this game cost us $30 million to make, and it just outperformed a $300 million game that took 10 years to make. Like, can we stop and think about that for a second? Because it's not just one time, it's not like one outlier. This has happened time and time and time again over the last several years. Like, guys, I am more excited about Mouse PI than I am literally any other game this year outside of Grand Theft Auto and Resident Evil 9. But that says something. That literally says something, right? Like, Expedition 33, one game of the year last year. I mean, you like look at all the other games that came out last year, and everyone's like, yeah, and the whole team is like, yeah, we were learning as we were making it, and we have a small team, and blah blah blah. Arc Raiders, probably my favorite game of last year. Small team, not a ton of budget, made an amazing game that looks visually, plays great, and I mean, it's crazy. I can't wrap my head around it. I literally can't wrap my head around it. How lost I think PlayStation is, and I think that the outlook of this behemoth is on the decline. If we thought falling, like Xbox was lost and didn't know where to go, and even though they were like, because they could have easily been like, you know what, we're just gonna make a bunch of Halos, and they didn't because they had incompetent studio in 343 Studios. Well, it's gonna make a bunch of Gears of War, and they did, but that was really bad. Like the Coalition dropped the ball on that, and I think no one stopped to ask, "Is this Gears of War?" No, it's not. Gears 5 is not a Gears of War game. I've played Gears of War since 2006. Gears 5 is not a Gears of War game. The second I'm fighting robots, that's not Gears of War. And you can almost say the same thing about 4. 4 was right on that edge. But when it comes to PlayStation, at least Microsoft tried to make a bunch of Gears of War games. Microsoft failed at Halo. We all know that. But I almost see the same thing correlating with PlayStation right now, where they have this huge backlog of games that people are desperately dying for and want to play, and we're just not getting it. And we're getting games that no one wants to play. I feel like they're wasting time of these great studios chasing money, but I don't think they've understood and realized if you make a really good game that comes from the heart and people are very passionate about, that's how you get money. You don't make money by, hey, let's make this game for money. Get a bunch of money because people like extraction shooters. It's not how it works. Not how it works. It's video games is a creative passion project industry, and as much money you can throw at a project like like Suicide Squad, because we're like, this is going to make us a ton of money, let's throw a bunch of money at it. It's soulless. Everyone plays it. Everyone knows it's soulless, and that's what I see with outside of Helldivers. That's all I see going forward with PlayStation. It's going to be a bunch of marathons and failures and concords and everything that we've been wanting for decades at this point. We'll never get. And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But guys, let me know your opinion. I want to hear what you think about PlayStation, the direction of PlayStation. That's my take on it. I have a pretty bleak outlook on PlayStation. And like I said, I that's my number one console. It's been that for a very long time. That being said, I have a PC that I bought back in December that all else fails, I have that. And you know, with the prices of consoles at this moment, when the PS6 comes out, think I might be sticking with my PC. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. And let's try to get some of these games made, please. All right, guys. Peace.